pops up, the neon starts to glow. Lowercase connection, entering the show. Top right corner where the wallet interacts. Digital contract, tracking down the facts. The ticker symbols blinking on the sidebar screen. The dark is the atmosphere setting the scene. Round one is coming, the season's on the clock. Secure the network, time to lock it in the block. Welcome to the darker matter. Standard rules apply. Load the fuel cells up before the timer passes by. Into the void we will go, where the smart ones play. Minting out the future, trade into the shadows. Watch the ticker climb. Feel the data stream. Living on the edge of the cyber grid machine.
Waiting at the gate, calculating yields while we wait upon the day. Claim the EDOT payouts, tally up the wins. This is where the high stakes strategy begins. They say it's for the smart ones, written on the wall. A gamified ecosystem standing tall. Read the how to play if you wanna know the way. Before you launch the app or end in disarray. Ticks on the countdown, now it's turned to days. The price of darker matter, moving through the haze. Is it an illusion? Is it by design? Watch the smart contract as it aligns. 3, 2, 1. Let the protocol run. Welcome to the darker matter. Standard rules apply. Load the fuel cells up before the timer passes by. Into the void, here we go, where the smart ones play. Minting out the future, trade into the shadows. Watch the ticker climb. Feel the data stream. Living on the edge of the cyber grid machine. Cells loaded, void is open. Connect the wallet and fade into the dark.
Talking AGP, anti-gravity project, I respect, staying true to the tech. We got the evil address and the pink Miss Will. Got the dark matter token going up, I can tell. Hey, I can tell this is the start of something fresh. Shout out Hex Revision and Donna Hex, yes. I confess, Hexicans don't stress, cause as a community we want nothing. So tell me, are you in, or tell me, are you out? Do you want to win, or do you chase the clout? What is this really about? The treasury and lottery. If you meant dark tokens, you can get a part of it. So how does it work? Let me explain. First you buy the dark token, now you're in the game. Then you mint the dark and get a fuel cell. That's an NFT, one that earns yield. As long as you have it, it feels like magic. But if you vaporize the NFT, that's tragic. So most think crypto is a game. Are you here for the fame, or here to make a name? See, Hexicans reign, we create our own lane. I thought I told you, we the new financial gain. AGProject.io with the flow. And if you know what I know, then you know what I know. That's how it go. Something like to support the team, the dream. Public service announcement. T.me/anti-gravity saga is the Telegram. Tap in. It's for y'all. I'm talking AGP, anti-gravity project. I respect, staying true to the tech. We got the evil address and the pink Miss Will. Got the dark matter token going up, I can tell.
Hey kids, this is Pulse Ray Vision, aka Hex Ray Vision, coming to you live from Quattro Cinco Studios in my mom's basement. And it is a crazy rainy day outside today, like lightning, thunder. I love it. I love it. All right, early stream. I've been home today fixing a few things, getting some errands done, and I got my meeting tonight, so I'm like, well, I better stream now or never. And I hate it when I leave you guys without a stream. So here we are. Link to join is in the Telegram. It's in the comments. It's on Twitter. We've reposted this on Twitter. Feel free to like and share that far and wide. We had about, I want to say 40 Replay Gang people this morning that jumped on last night's stream. So that's pretty good. I think we'll have a lot of people Replay Gang this one tonight and tomorrow because they're like, oh, there we go. There's another stream. Yeah, we got HT in the house. We got CryptoCat. We got Believe in Yourself, the 3 Musketeers. Actually, it'd be the 4 Musketeers because we still are waiting for Hex Glenn to come and wave at us. And then I feel like Cape Vigor, it just depends. Sometimes he's here, sometimes he's not. It's a mystery. So anyways, let me show this off. Something, a gift from the community, a cool plaque that's done perfectly to specs. Like, I don't know how I'm not sure how the vinyl or the stuff goes on this, but these are really well painted cream lettering, which is like something you don't notice unless you get up close to it. And I absolutely love the gifts from the community. Shout out to HT for the chains. I don't know where my chains are. I have my chains out. Jamie made a whole bunch of candy for EDM concerts, and I think she was like afraid that it would get mixed together, so she put those chains somewhere. I need to pull them out and put them on for good luck. Anyway, this is a upgrade to Darker Matter. What's going on? We changed a couple things. I noticed a couple of other inconsistencies because, like I said last night, I noticed the number changed on the Frozen Darker, and I looked into that and found out what was going on. And today I saw these crazy banana numbers from the EDI converter, and they weren't matching up with the actual EDI converter. But I also did get a chance to update the number of Darker that have been taken from the art bots. That's an extremely exciting number, which is a lot higher than I thought it was. So shout out to them filling up our EDI converter with ill-gotten gains that they would have just dumped anyways. So it's kind of cool we get to capture that, a little bit of that economic energy, right? So, I've got a preview here. Let me see if this preview is what we want to push live. Let me share my screen here. There we go. Yeah, right down here is our... Nope, not that one. Ooh. I should turn up my gain when that happens. Here, listen. Oh, can you hear the shock waves of that one? Oh, I turned it the wrong way. Oh my goodness. It's backwards because it's behind the mic. Next time I hear a really good crack of thunder, I'm gonna crank up the gain so you guys can join me and listen to the rainstorm. Loving it. Okay, so here's the deployments. Here's the preview that's ready. So we'll open this one right here. And then under the supply, this is where a lot of this stuff has been being updated. Like, so we fixed the coloring here, so the free and unstaked looks better. But what happened is this was given a crazy dollar amount because I think it was just timesing the dollar by the price on the chart, which is not necessarily how much was paid out in the beginning or in the middle. So we changed those both to darker, and then I tried to make this bigger. Right here, 59% locked into the game. That's pretty amazing. 59% right there. That'll grow as people mint into the game. You got 100 holders, including staked holders. I thought it was 101. So maybe someone sold or moved their NFT or consolidated them. Total. So the total EDI distribution is 21,612. That's bananas. We're over the halfway mark. We're to $22,000. And that's real EDI that's paid to real sacrificers to the void. The joke I like to make is they sacrificed $250,000 of darker and they got 22 grand back in return. Not a great one, but a great way to leave your legacy and show that you are truly troubled, that you're mentally ill. Nobody sacrifices that, has caution or just any form of reasoning. It's just sacrificing is completely against reason. It's all about faith and making an ultimate sacrifice and commitment to the project. We love it. So the frozen in the legacy, it was 255 yesterday. Today it's 175. So another 70-ish have dropped off. About 80 have ran through the EDI converter, and we can see the sales pressure on that one today. And then the mints here, like I said, 25,587 darker were sold into the EDI converter because of minting the NFT. So when you mint the NFT, 5% gets sold on the market and rewards the sacrificers. And the sales tax that was stuck at 400 darker forever is actually at 3,196. So that's a lot. Like I said, that was the economic energy I was happy to see before. This looks good. I kind of want this gradient to be darker though. Yeah, shorten it to 59, locked line left fill. Hang on, everything remains there. Let me do this. Hey, Claude. I like the progress bar. I'd like to make it a little bit thicker and a little bit darker. Can we do that? I'm laughing because when I said, hey, Claude, it said 8 o'clock. Ridiculous. Yeah, this looks good. When this looks good, a little bit better, we'll push it to production. That'll be cool. All right. That sounded close. No, that was like our front yard. Wait. There was one earlier that I thought I was going to take out the windows, but I'm getting this ready just in case we get another one. Hopefully it's not moving away. I absolutely love the sound of thunderstorms and lightning. I watch it all day. Let's see here. So much good stuff to get to today. First of all, the Twitteroonies have been on fire. Why? Because we are finally pumping. There's a lot to talk about, a lot to talk crap about. Yeah, look at that. Happy to be here. Good stuff. And then this one, hell to the yes. I brought this for Hexray Vision because it would be awesome on the playa. You get me. Yeah, that's a good one right there. Yeah, our repost. Is Hex broken? Is Hex broken, guys? I'm not used to it doing this weird curvy thing and turning colors. I'm used to it being red and drawing a mountain range. Oh, there we go. And you can actually hear Hexray Chick in the other room call to the dogs. All right. Sorry, I didn't catch that one as much as I wanted to, but I'm ready now. I'm ready, able and willing. Yeah, so this is something we're not used to on Hex. Funny stuff, good stuff. Yeah, like I said, there's more people watching live and more people watching the replay, which is a very, very bullish sign for Hex and Pulse Chain. For instance, like this one last night, super late.
Straight into the grid staking phase.
At 84 views. That's a really good one for this time, for the time that we released it. I like this one right here. Here's a more appropriate panel. So here I am. I was wearing my spacesuit at this event. I thought, wasn't I? I might have been wearing a jacket. Yeah. So here I am with Monsters and the Pi, Project Pi Kai here on stage. We've got this loaded up. Here was another one with Randy RH Max. Oh, it's good. DGen Roundtable guy. What's his name, guys? Nate. I think that's Nate the Great. And then, of course, RG3, Chillaxin, and Drop of Knowledge. I like that he placed a Pepsi can and a water can at each table really neatly to add ambience. Unless there's no way these were in. Were these in the picture already, just like that? I don't know. Let me know, Steve Stash. Very creative dude. One of the most creative people I think I've met in this journey. Steve Stash. He's got a beautiful, beautiful mind. Loving it. I told him that I thought that his cigars were chocolates, you know? He's back. Hex-Ray Vision. Here we go. Yeah, look at this. Just left my IT help desk job. Coming back to full-time Pulse Chain Validator store. Mev Boost is coming soon. Let's cook. Do you think he just spilled the beans of what the supposed announcements can be on September 1st? I don't know. No, it was Eric Whited. He's back. We'll follow him back. Cool. Okay, so now Claude's saying done and live on Sandbox, height, blah, 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 blah. Let's check it out, folks. We'll go back here to this one right here, and this is the new preview. What do you guys think about the bar now? Oh, that's a lot thicker. It is thicker, and I do like the way that it's going from left to right instead of right to left. Oh. I almost think we should put I guess it'd be 41% that's left. I like that. That's, guys, this line was supposed to be like a third of what it is right now at 5 rounds into the game. This is way further than I thought it would be. A lot more economic energy locked up than I thought it would be at this point in the game. I'm just saying it. I'm taken back by your guys figuring out the game and following these 3 simple rules. Mint, stake, get paid. Mint, stake, get paid. Mint, stake, get paid. Love it. Okay, so I think I'm happy with that. What do you guys? I mean, anyone in the comments disagree? Nope. Okay. I want to say yeah, merge to main and get back to the other things on the to-do list. Oh, that was one of the things that I put on the to-do list was we didn't have a color for unstate on that donut. So now I'm waiting for lightning that's just never going to come again. I think I jinxed myself by being ready to play that noise. I'll probably get copyright struck for the sound of lightning on here. Ooh, look at that one. Vets and Crypto. That's a cool looking Toyota. That's way cool. Yeah, Triplet Dad has been dropping these cool things from the car show. And like I said, I keep thinking these are like fancy chocolates. I keep forgetting that they're cigars. Cigars is his thing. We need to have him on. Oh, there we go. it's still going. Oh my gosh. That was a good one. That one restored my faith in humanity. I'm going to keep my hand over here closer to the mic. What do you guys think about that one? Pretty sweet, huh? RhinoFi. True DeFi IO, True Farms IO. Interesting. Have to check that one out. I know I'm familiar with a couple other farms here. And then AMA Scroll, that was a really good one with St. Wolf. DJ Cryptomatic. That's a nice Porsche Carrera. And then here's the other one right there. Oh, look at this. He reposted this. Oh, what a freaking champ. Thanks, Triplet Dad. And then you got this one right here for Red Ray 57. Shout out to Red Ray. Bright Light. This one's for Puerto Rico. I think I know who Puerto Rico is, but I couldn't be for sure. Mad Matt 05. Yeah, that does look like Mad Matt 05. Hexdeck 16. That one is also very European and classy. Salty Sea Crypto. Fiber Finance for the farm. I love that one. I think I reposted that one. Matty Allen because he sold his. And there's mine. Right there. Oh, here we go. Oh, I was hoping there's a part 2 to that one. It sounded like it was like the beginning of like a huge one. Anyways, RH Maximalist. Yeah, that looks pretty badass. Crypto Coffee. Yep. Woogie. Yep. Norv 675. Not familiar. DJ Pollywood. Yeah. It's a good one for DJ Pollywood. And Super Hex Win. Yeah, that looks like Super Hex Win. Tiger Crypto G. Oh my goodness. What's up? Who is that? Oh, hi Lacey. Hi, honey. I think my dog's a little bit scared of the lightning here. This is my favorite dog. There's 3 dogs here. This is my favorite. I love her to death. She's the mom of the other 2. The other 2 are spazzes and pieces of crap. Here, come on up. Come up here, baby. Come up here, baby. I got you. There we go. Hi. 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 This is Lacey. She's terrified I'm going to drop her. She never trusts me to hold her. I've never dropped her in my life, by the way. You guys need to know that. But now say hi. Say hi to the people. You guys scared of the lightning and thunder? No. All right, guys. Sit back down on my feet. You can hang out with me. There we go. Still haven't dropped her. Boom. Nailed it. As lightning crashes in the background. Bristology. He set out some of the tablets, so it's just a matter of time before all those people are going to sell all of these vehicles on the market and buy Hex Pulse Chain, hopefully. Got another one here. Yep. Robert Brooker reposting. Thank you very much. He saw my metalhead mosh pit. Funny. So yeah, Twitter Rooney's looking good today. Kryptonite Show. Fun fact: if you had bought $1,000 worth of Hex on Pulse Chain at 8 June low, you would have turned it into 5,200 by August 10th. Price went up 420% or 5.2x in 63 days. Oh, there we go. Oh, that was a good one. That was really good. There's more here. Where will it go next? Well, I think it's day 48. Date 48 days. So this is back in 2020 when it broke a third of a penny, and then 300 days later we were at 50 cents. That's pretty bananas right there. So we need to convert these to today's dates, but basically, yeah, probably does if I just click on it. No, it's right here. So yeah, it kind of, this was how it went. Like that really is a really insane crossing point, because to go from 00011, it's just barely doubling. Like it's very incremental until it hits right here, and then it goes 1, 3, 7, 14, 30. So yeah, this thing really tips, something tips here, and it goes 3 cents, you know, or actually no, right here is where it tips. 18% of a penny to a third of a penny. Once we cross 367, that's when it just like doubled and doubled and doubled and doubled and doubled and doubled and doubled. Wow. Holy crap. October, November, January, February, April, June. I don't care that we're skipping months. That is some interesting stuff. Okay, so this is the 300 days. I just didn't pull up the whole image, but whew, man. October 20th and then September 21st. So if this happens this month, September of 20, we could possibly be looking at something next August or September. There might be I mean, obviously if it has the same timing, but this market has had some very strange timing, to say the least. Smartwatch. Yeah. The best charts right here. AMA Crypto Coffee Pulse. When was this? 3 hours ago? Dude, I missed that. I missed that while I was doing stuff. Pump the chat on YouTube. Give them a like so more people hear about Pulse Chain. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Repost that one. I'm going to have to go catch up on that one, because his... If you think I feel pretty happy that my view count's gone up. Makes me feel pretty and seen. But Crypto Coffees is like tripling. Like it's going up way faster, way harder. And it makes me wonder, like, should I buy a couple of those tokens that he mentions that don't really have it right now?
Welcome, my delusional, optimistic boltards, brothers and sisters of the crypto community.
So 3 hours, he's already got 1,000 views. I'm sure this will probably get 1,700 or 2,000 by tomorrow. The magic of crypto communities. That's definitely one worth listening to. For sure, for sure. Oh, this one got some love here. I said, Hexo looks like a Christmas card salesman, and Coffee looks like a college dorm weed dealer. And he laughed and he said, haha. He goes, at least he wasn't wearing the wife beater. And then he says, I prefer Dago tea. So funny stuff. Good times, sense of humor. That was that's so long ago. Look, August 11th of what year, man? Is this August 11th of like 2018 or 19? That's got to be old as hell. Wonder if we can see. I don't know. Someone knows the date of that. Put it in chat. That'd be very interesting. Yeah, I like that stuff. Susanna of Susanna Arts, super cool member of the community, of the crypto community. Oh yeah. If you keep an eye on the actuator market, you can find good deals from time to time. Someone just got an HTT 2490, that's 45 days away, for an extra 25% more hex. So this dipped all the way down here. They were able to buy it for 80% of a hex. It snapped back up, or some portion of their order was filled down there. It snapped back up, and now they have 97% of a hex. I've been talking a lot about arbing and swing trading the HTTs. I'm not going to say anything else about that. I'm not going to say a damn word about that anymore. I think you guys can see it. HTTs are a way that you can buy future hex at a discount. Sometimes it's a steep discount. I'll just say that. Oh my gosh. That is insane. Damn. Oh, wow. Okay. Robert showing some of the first iPods and MP3 players ever. Next to the moon. I like that tattoo, sir. Kyle continues to deliver. Okay, this is a problem. Have you ever wanted to build a custom slot machine of your favorite token in Pulse Chain? So we can have a darker matter Pulse slot machine. Probably not, but I still made it. Soon you'll be able to create a machine that's fully customizable from images, sounds, animations, mini games, etc. Oh, we might want to go back to Pink Miss Well and get some sound effects for this one. Use any PRC20 as the betting token. Embed any on any website you want. So we could have a slot machine on our website where you can play slot machines in darker, and we can have like all sorts of different stuff here that people have to. Oh, that could be a lot of fun. See, I said, I guess we know what the next stream is going to cover, and I said, have you considered making an AI dealer machine, which is just the name. Very cool. Respect. Yeah, dude. What I thought was if you made a tip machine on Morpheus, and so you just tipped to play the machine, and it would do this nice voice like this one.
You're the best.
And so if you hit the jackpot on the slot machine, it would just like pour 1,000 compliments on you at one time. That's what I'm picturing in the future. I don't know what Fire Kyle has in mind, but definitely very cool website. Also, another crazy thing, I was showing you guys how Squirrel Swap doesn't have our NFTs on them, and he was like, I told you I would do that soon. Apparently, I jumped the gun, and let's see if they're here now. I might be jumping the gun again, but we need to get some metadata on these bad boys. And as soon as we get some metadata on here, you'll see the artwork and the round and that kind of stuff. So it's not showing up here. Maybe I have to do a hard refresh. No, because I just pulled that up. Let's try this again. Paste. Nope, none right there. There's 10 collections. So maybe we're still waiting on this one, and he's probably waiting on some of my work to get some stuff done with the metadata. Someone did send him a fuel cell of each one of the rounds, and he assumed it was me. It wasn't me. So someone sent Red Squirrel one NFT, one fuel cell out of each of the rounds so far, so that he can differentiate them. Interesting community we got here. Cool community. Pulse Ray Vision, also known as Hex Ray Vision. These are just some of the streams we've been putting down lately, and yeah, good times. You can come here and you can go to you can follow Canadian Grateful on YouTube. You can follow Red Ray 57. You can follow CryptoCap50. All those guys. So you can follow them there on YouTube, and you can go to my playlists. And under my playlists, you have Rings of Dust Story Time. You have Anti-Gravity Explained. You got a Texas trip from a couple of years ago that was really, really fun. Some interviews. Oh, there's a little one right there I heard. So check that out. I did check out Canadian Grateful's Trench Decks. Oh, he's got another one, Finvesta. So Trench Decks and Finvesta, he's covering those two. And then, yeah, here's Crypto Coffee's new one right here. Nope, that's his how-to video. Let's see if we went to live. There we go. The magic of crypto communities. Yeah, looking forward to digging into that. Bestcharts.com. Let's check the Hex. Hex is looking pretty good. See that rounded top we're talking about making right there? I was assuming it will still crash back down here to 0.23 is my guess, and before it pumps again. But who knows? Who knows? All we can do is buy and hold and wait. That's what we've been doing forever. Dr. Doge is paying out some sick rewards. Proteus, Morbius, Nuts, Darker Matter, Indican, PDI, Greenwix, Hex on Pulse Chain, and Wrapped Pulse, all for saving humanity, all for folding proteins to help with research to try and combat some of the illnesses like cancer, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and a bunch of other stuff that they're working on right now. So go to drdoge.net, be a good boy, do science. And then you can actually, here's my folding at home right here. I've got 2 different projects going. This is a visualization of one of the projects being folded. And then you can see your stats, your projects, news, machines. You can do all that from up here. It's a very, very cool folding at home app that you download. Here's the universe right here with darker matter is one of these going around and sending tokens back and forth throughout. It's really cool. All right, we got to get going here. Darker matter, atproject.io. Like I said, it updated this one. Hang on. Done live on Sandbox. No, we don't want it. It was pushed to main, merging now. Yeah, Sandbox. Merged. Okay, cool. Now fuel cell farms baked down bug. Let me find it. Yeah, trying to figure out why. If you have a ton of fuel cells, people have been saying that it's not rendering correct information. Rendering the new donut. Oh, maybe that'll go live. All 5 commits. The darker price was updated to the actual buy price instead of the bought price, which is funny. It's 11.11.4 right now. It's kind of cool. And then straight merge would be a mess. Blah. You'll break down donut divided by rewards. One caveat, remain on the list. Station Libre banner has been waiting for your review. Not on me. Want to pull it up alongside the donut. Yes, pull up the banner. There we go. Now we can check the banner and we can check check something else as well. Oh, the donut. Yeah, we want to check the donut before that goes live. Or not. So there's a preview, there's a preview, there's a preview. There we go. So this preview is ready right here. That was 9 minutes ago, so it's going to build a new one for us. But going back to atproject.io, remember, all you got to do is mint, stake, get paid. Mint, stake, get paid. Very, very cool. How many people are minting right now? You just click on mint. You need one whole darker matter token to mint one whole NFT. And it looks like the gas is pumping up a little bit right now. It's 1.3 million beats per block. I think, is that it? Is that the app? I don't know what that, I just know when it's expensive, when it's cheap. So we're gonna mint there. We have insufficient darker. We don't have enough dark, is what it's saying. And then you go to stake. And I think we still have some to stake here, actually. If we go to stake and we go to 4, we still have some unstaked right here. We have 721 unstaked. I thought we staked 144 yesterday. Yeah, this is it. This is not one of the previews. So let's just do this. Let's do 40 of those bad boys. Yeah, I understand we're staking it and we don't get paid while we stake it. And if we unstake it early, we got to start the whole thing over again. So we're going to sign that one. That's going to be 18 cents. So I don't think it's checking to see if we won the lottery. I think that was, I mean, it says it's doing that, but it might be 18 cents because the price is like 6 times what it is sometimes. All right, so batch 1 of 3, we'll sign and close that one. Oh, it was going to show us the price. We'll check the price on the next 2 that pop up. There we go. Okay, so yeah, sign that one. This one's 50 cents. So we're spending $1.50 staking. So not only are we giving up our yield from the FOMO curve, we're also paying $1.50 to just get starved out and wait. We're paying $1.50 on Pulse Chain to wait for 6 months. It better be worth it. Is it okay for me to have expectations of the work of myself? I mean, I know you're not supposed to have it on the work of others, but it feels like you should be able to have expectations on yourself, even if they're not met. Making sure this project takes off the way we want it to. All right, still waiting there. I wonder if it pumped again. Still yellow. Oh wait, no, it's right up here. Yeah, it still says 1.3 as far as I can see through here. It's waiting for that project to go through. Let's go Squirrel Swap. You got 22K of liquidity across almost 24 pairs. How many do we have? I mean, some of them don't have much money in them at all, and much volume at all either. But starting with the ones that have, let's say, more than $50, we'll do that one. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 pairs here. So not 2 dozen, 1 dozen, and a few. And it shows you that Gelato's usually out in the lead. Right now it says Gelato's 95 cents. And that might be the spot price. I guarantee that's not the bot price. The bot price, if you want to buy it, right now Gelato's sitting at, where are you at, Gelato? Gelato not on here? So DAI is 115. That's the cheapest that you can get it. And maybe I didn't add Gelato to this pair. Crazy. All right, and then of course, this has the top holders list. So once you get down to number 12 or 11, you're already down to 95% is locked up and making this very, very scarce token. Some of that being in a handful of Wells hands here. And part of that, most of it being in the FOMO curve and the jackpot and the 180-day supply. Interesting. Oh, there we go. Here we go. Okay, let's go to Ape and see what Ape costs. Ape is 18 cents right now. So we're going to Ape this last third, which is actually probably not that many. This probably would have been 50 cents if it was the full batch like the others. All right, boom. Look at that. Congratulations. 288. Oh, so almost 100. Field cells have access to the 180-day bonus pool claims when they mature. Killer move. Thank you very much. So that's how you mint, you stake. Now let's get paid. This is the fun part. The jackpot is going to pay out 47 NFTs in 3 days and 20 hours. I think that's on a Monday, right? Well, let's just go back here to stake. This is the cool thing. If you're ever wondering what the calendar of these rounds look like, it's embedded in the website. So right here, yeah, this one's going to end on on Sunday. It ends on Sunday the 16th, which is right about when we think that those frozen darker are going to be converted. So, wow. Okay, so Sunday, I'll be streaming with you guys. Yeah, and that's when that payout's going to happen. When that payout happens, those 47 are going to receive 1,332 darker matter tokens, and it's their choice whether they want to claim them and put them in their wallet, or if they want to sacrifice them to the void and get some of this EDAI payout, which is kind of crazy. The EDAI's, there's 12,000 darker that haven't been claimed by 13 winning fuel cells. So someone minted and has not been back to check their mints. And then out of the whole amount there, let's see, 1 in 740. Where's the all-time? Oh, did you hear that? It's a nice one. Yeah, all rounds. I thought this one still had the total claimed and total not claimed. All right. We got a guest at the front door. Hello, Mr. Cat. How are you doing today?
Hello, I am doing great. It's great to see you on a Wednesday afternoon.
Yes, it is nice.
I thought it was Saturday for a moment because
yeah.
I have 70 days of Saturdays.
Yeah, well,
as
if
an
it was
educator.
a Wednesday, I would start streaming at midnight 30 my time.
Yeah,
Maybe 1 in the morning, right?
right.
Yeah. Now, this used to show total claims, total sacrifices. Am I looking in the wrong spot?
They changed it.
Oh no.
Something got changed. Yeah, it got changed like 2 weeks ago. Cloud changed some stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, this is what happened. So when I'm over here,
Yeah.
if I go to claim EDI, there's a stake tile here. There's a stake tile for jackpot. One of these doesn't have a mint or a stake tile. And so Claude's trying to make one of those for me right now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. 115,000 in the jackpot. I think that counts the rollover, right?
Oh, okay.
From the last one. So
Uh-huh.
I don't know what 1,300 times about 50 is. Yeah, I do. It's about 650. So
65,000.
65,000 are going to be there, but that leaves
Like
quite a few
50,000.
darker in there. And right now,
50,000.
it looks like there's only 24,288 mints in 6. So I think I did the math and it was around 47 or something like that. 47 winners if there's not a ton more venting here. If it sticks around 24, 25,000, I think that's kind of closer to the drop I was.
I think it's 38. I think it's 38 actually.
38. Yeah. So
Yeah,
even
740 divided by what's the number? 24.
Well, yeah. 24,288 divided by 740.
Okay.
Quick math.
33.1
So 33
Wow.
right now.
times 1332 is only 44,000. So you wouldn't even have to do anything.
No,
And
that
it
means, so if nothing was sacrificed,
yeah,
it would roll.
yeah, it would roll.
That's insane.
That's crazy.
It's kind of crazy that there's a possibility
I think there's a highly likelihood
that
that
in the
people
future,
need to
depending
not
on
mint them.
depending
So I
on
can
how many, yeah.
scoop it all up. Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying that people can't buy 100,000 dark in the future. Maybe they can, and maybe they got the money. Maybe it's such
That's
a crazy,
what-
fun
When hex is
environment.
$1, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe when our community has gone to the flood mode, we went through the trickle and the stream, and then the flood mode.
Yes.
As we go into the bull, there might be some
Yes.
big boys that come in and throw some money at this and say, "I want to win. I want 1,000 of these. I'm going to buy, or 100,000. I'm going to be a new well. I want to
Right.
hit that lottery." Even if they do that, you would have to have every lottery winner. Well, I'm thinking in terms of what I'm seeing in front of me, which is 22 rounds, and that's not true. This is a 66 round game. So, in
Right.
theory, there wouldn't be enough darker unless people cashed out, depleted, did other things in the future to pull some of this 250,000 darker in season 2 out. There'd have to be some crazy stuff going on there. But even then, there's just not a lot of darker to mint with. And so going forward, I mean, how would it be if there was like there's like 10 mints in the future and we didn't get a jackpot for 74 rounds or something like that, 7 rounds, you know? Yeah, it would be crazy, right? So there's a lot of leverage on this supply, and we're not seeing it hit just yet, but we could. Crazy. And there was someone that won 34, they sacrificed, and there was 30 that were up for grabs. We didn't know what was going to go on with those 30. And I got a DM from another well, and they're like, sacrifice. And I was like, what? So things are going pretty well as far as the tokenomics are concerned.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Back to getting paid again. 60. Sorry, this is updating right here. 21,600 EDI have been paid out to sacrificers so far. That is really close to the liquidity right now in the pools. The price has been bouncing between like 110 and 120 most of the day. And we still see a bunch of these darkers being sold, or they're sold in the old EDI converter so that it can make its way to pay the sacrificers. So we should be seeing another 100 or so darker hitting the market between now and the weekend. And whatever people mint with, you know. I'm trying to talk the mystery box not into dumping a ton of darker into the converter again. And I can't believe that down to 70 cents. And a couple of you guys, dark, I think Squirrel and Heck HT, and maybe some of you guys paying attention were like, thank you very much, sir. May I have another? So yeah, you guys ate really well that day, probably, like, because everyone else is probably looking at the chart, if they're paying attention and wanting to accumulate dark. They're looking at the chart going, I'm on a way for another 36 cents. And you guys are like, I don't think you understand what's going on.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's one way to get paid. The other way was the jackpot. The third way is the 180-day bonus pool, which
almost 160.
Almost 160, and I think it's got 140 days to snowball. And I think these are going up. It looks to me like my pending claim is going up, but this obviously is going to change every time people can stake their tokens. I mean, their NFTs at the end of the round. So 139 days. So we're under 140 days before people with patience get a mini jackpot every 11 days forever. Now, granted, they had to sit through my voice, hopefully at 1.5x, and they had to mint, and then they had to wait around, and then they had to go on to Telegram and be like, why won't this work? And we were like, you can't stake it yet. And I'm like, it's not intuitive. Like everyone, like when I went over to SwitchX, I was like, let me do everything right now. I don't want to come back. I don't even like going back and voting, to be honest, even though that's what you do. So anyways, I get it. I get the frustration. However, we do incentivize you with a lot of candy to come back. We incentivize you with, hey, did I win a jackpot? Hey, did I get some EDI paid out to me? Hey, how many people minted this round? And what are my chances of hitting the next jackpot? There's a lot of reasons to come back and hang out with us, aside from my very calming voice. And one of them is this right here. They sat through all of that. And then they sat through zero yield for 180 days, or about 17. You're basically getting, stiffed for 17, maybe 18 rounds.
Yeah.
That you're literally like sacrificing in a way that pool, and everyone else around you is getting some. Oh, I was going to see if this happened here. If I go to stake and I go to info and I go to my 33 day, if this changes right here, it did. Okay, this is crazy. So this isn't keeping track of every 11-day payout. This is like probably keeping track every single day. So those 10 33x 33 days
went up, didn't it?
Yeah, they're all glowing right here. If I go back to stake, and then I click on that one, and then I click on the matured right here that are gold, and then I click on this button, you can see that they're all kind of pulsing green a little bit.
Wow,
that's not enough. It should be pulsing gold behind them. Okay. Yeah, merge the sandbox follow-ups to the main. And at the same time, I'm looking at my matured NFTs underneath the stake tab on Fuel Cell Farms. And they are glowing a little bit green, but it's not very noticeable. It's not very cool. So I think we should have a gold pulse behind all of the matured ones, whether they're 180 day or their 33 day. The same color as the matured button is pulsing, and I think we should brighten that by 3x. All right, we'll see if we get around to that, or when we get around to that, I should say. We will get around to that, but when? Yeah, so if someone is 7 months roughly, if they're that patient in crypto, then they deserve to have a mini payday every 11 days, possibly forever. I don't know. I mean, it does pay out 3.69% every 11 days, so that could deplete it rather quickly, depending on how much minting is going on.
Correct.
During that time, because the minting would be filling it right back up.
Right.
So as it's, oh man, okay, so so it could continue snowballing after people take their bonus, right?
Yes,
Okay,
it could go up.
Okay,
It could go up. Yeah.
okay. Now it wouldn't fill up as fast, because think about it. Let's go back to my example right here. I go to get paid. It's New Year's Eve, or it's almost New Year's Eve, and I'm like, hang on, guys, I can't get wasted until I claim my darker matter. And they're on the other room partying, and I hit claim, and this 86, 87 darker go into my account and my wallet, and I'm like, okay, cool, now I got 86.76 darker. I'm a degen. First thing I'm going to do is mint. I'm just going to mint. I'm going to be like, I got 86 free lottery tickets. I got 86 free piggy banks when no one else can get their hands on darker. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, depending on the price, obviously. If the price has doubled several times by then, it would be irresponsible not to take some money off the table. Maybe I take 10 of those, or 10%, or even half, and I go over to somewhere like Jolt or 0x Bistro, and I list them there for cash. Yeah, and someone that's been trying to get a hold of darker is like, oh, cool, that's a 10% discount, 5% discount. They snatch it up. That's something you could do. But at the same time, if they're a community member, they're usually not buying them off of OTC to dump. They're most likely going to mint those too. So if you continued minting these, I'm getting lost. If I took this 86 and I minted all of them, a little bit of it would go to the EDI conversion, 5% would go to the EDI, 10% would go to the team, 45% would go to the jackpot. So roughly 47, 48 of these would end up in the jackpot. And then 40% for roughly 30 something would go right back here into the bonus pool. So wow. So whoever has the most 180-day staked NFTs basically they determine whether there is friction on the flywheel or whether it gets pushed another turn and it's spun faster.
Yes. Kind of like the sacrificers, right?
Guys, I'm not messing with you right now. I'm literally just putting this together. I'm literally being like, because in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, you know, that's just that 159 will eventually just end up on the market and dumped somewhere, you know, through
Not
someone.
necessarily.
And then I just did the game theory in my head, and I'm like, no, oh no, oh my.
No,
And
the wells control it. The wells control the supply forever.
if the whales are the people that have been winning most of the jackpots and sacrificing most of the jackpots because they want glory and EDI, then they would be depending. I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're staking, but I'm thinking if they're thinking long term with this project, they're thinking staking. And so I'm guessing that they're the majority of the stakers as well, which means they're going to be the majority of getting this. So what happens when a whale that doesn't need to sell a token, or they love it so much they'll go clean carpets so they don't have to sell it? Anyone in those categories, if they got their hands on this darker, is it likely to be put on the market sold at all?
Yeah.
I don't think it's likely to be market sold. I mean, don't get me wrong, Euphoria could hit. We could have $1 hex. I'm not even going to say how much I would think this would be worth at $1 hex. But let's say it's bananas. It's money that if anyone at some point, there's just like everyone has their limit, right? Everyone has their number in their head where they'll sell out. They're like, you know what? Every one of us has one for hex where we said, man, if I could make X amount of money with hex, and it would affect my life in this way, how could I not sell? Like, if it hit this crazy number, everyone has a number, and you never know what's going on in someone's life. But there's just that number, and I mean, but this is the thing, though. That doesn't make sense either, because if this economic energy is rolled into the NFTs, and the NFTs continue to, accumulate with cash value of a token that no one can get their hands on.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say no one. There's everyone's got a number. Everyone's going to cheat at some point.
Right.
But
the majority, for a while.
Yeah. So if we truly change the paradigm from buying and selling tokens to buying and selling NFTs again, like make NFTs great again.
Oh gosh.
Well, if people are taking profit in NFTs, well, that doesn't put any buy pressure on the price of darker, unless they're buying it with darker, right? But you wouldn't want people to buy it with dark. I mean, you can buy it with darker on Pulse Market app. So I think that if that ever does happen, I think the majority of people selling would be the whales just to accumulate more darker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But either way, I'm just saying, wow, yeah. If you could buy and sell the NFTs without putting sell pressure on your bags, would you do it? Just a question.
Yeah.
And do you guys, well, this is a better question. Do you guys think that the whales would rather have glory and insane prices, or do you think they would rather,
have air fryers?
Have air fryers.
I think glory and price. Just speaking of someone who may know well.
Are you trying to figure out how to say this?
Ha!
Yeah, I'm just saying. I don't know. This is a thing that okay, I understand moms now. Hear me out.
Yuck.
I never understood what it was like to struggle and go through pain and difficulty to give birth to something and see it alive in the world until crypto. I'd had some, stories I'd written and things like that, but I didn't feel like I really created something that lived outside of me until dark matter and darker matter. And there's some fierce, loyal defense that I have against dark and dark matter where I don't really feel like it. I feel like it's a part of me. And I feel like no one on earth can understand the bond between me and this token than other founders. Like I get how Richard feels about his hex. I get how he feels about his babies because yeah, it goes to the root of your being. Like I wanted to melt faces with the chart of darker matter. Like really, and I understand like that validation that Richard is wanting to like shove in everyone's face to be like, hey, check this out, $1 dark. I'm sorry, hex, $1 hex or whatever, or 10 cent pulse, whatever it is that just goes insane. I get his resolve and his tenacity and just his grit and determination to show people what can be done. And I want to show people what can be done when you stack some of these crazy tokenomics on top of each other and you add a story and you add art and you try to fix all the leaky holes in the boat, right? And if we don't get it right this time, we can always do another one. Just kidding. This one feels really good. This one's going much faster than Darker did. Darker was dropped off a cliff. People were killing it in game theory because the mint was dropping faster than the yield was dropping. So you were getting more yield over time, even though it looked on the chart or on the Excel spreadsheet like you wouldn't. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So that being said, they see the same thing happening right now, but accelerated and multiplied. Like this is happening faster. And if I've been thinking about if I could go back in time, I honestly feel like 700. I think there's like 700 or 750 darker matter, right? That were airdropped to all the wallets outside of the mystery box, right? And the FOMO curve. In fact, all the stuff here, this was all dropped. The 180-day bonus, the 7.2% wasn't in here. The 180-day bonus was empty when we launched. The jackpot was empty when we launched. So this 5.2%, this 7.2%, it was airdropped. Some of the mystery box, I think actually the mystery box had more when it started than now. I can't remember. Either way, I'm just saying like 13. If you basically you just take out the FOMO treasury of 1.4 million or something like that, 1.5 million, give or take. And that leaves you with about 700 to, I think it was 757,000 or something to that effect. Either way, I actually think that was way too many. I think we gave out way too many dark 12 weeks ago. I think that's all I'm going to say is that I think that people took for granted this insane gift of these tokens and this game. Yeah, just saying that. I think people slept on the supply that hit the market a while back, and the fact that it was 35 cents not that long ago. The OGs, and this is gonna get me in so much trouble. The OGs watched an entirely different price chart for about 14 or 15 months, maybe 16 months. Yeah, they watched this other price chart that started with 1 million tokens at $1, and then it went up to $135 really fast. That probably should have been a sign that I should have took a bunch of money out before this. That was like the second year of the bear market out of 5. Like, you would have done well to cash out at that moment. So we all watched the dark chart go from $1 to $1.35, which is just fun and exhilarating and stuff. And then we saw, everything melt underneath our feet. So much economic energy taken out of crypto, not just Pulse Chain, not just dark matter, but the whole ecosystem. The entire industry of crypto was sucked dry. And we went from $135 down to 10 to 20, went all the way down to 25 cents, and then popped back up to about 50 cents before the snapshot, or right around the snapshot. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And there was one whale that exited with somewhere between $20,000 and $30,000 on that write down. And like I said, Mama Bear comes out. I'm like, I want to protect my baby. I don't want someone to be throwing him out on the street. But at the same time, in retrospect, whether they knew it or not, that was the right move, was to cash out and wait for bottom. It'll be very interesting to see the OG's behavior in this next bull run, and whether they're going to bet on another crazy bottom again or not, because we might not get another bottom like this.
Who knows?
Ever. Like, we might reach, because it took so long for these bulls to resurface and push higher, specifically Ethereum network. It doesn't necessarily mean that it has to go through another 5-year, 6-year bear market, right? It could actually go through a 2-year 30% retrace and then start going up, because it's being used like the internet is being used now, right? The internet came out, no one knew what to do with it. Right. People had weird chat groups, shared funny pictures, and you could browse the internet, the information superhighway, and people tried selling stuff on it really right away, and that didn't work for a while. And then media moved from televisions and newspapers to all online fairly quickly. Right. That was a what do they call that? A paradigm shift. News, correspondence, business, it all moved really quickly online. And crypto, it's a better form of governance and a better form of agreements that human beings make with each other, because it cuts out the middleman, and usually the middleman cannot be trusted. Yeah. People become middlemen because they're shitty human beings. And I know we're all children of God here, and I do believe everyone has value. I will just say there are some people that seek power, they seek control, they seek to steal from people. That's for whatever reason.
That's
and
true.
They are almost always the middleman that everyone is putting their trust in. So if you can do away with human error as much as possible, I mean, it'll always be anywhere anything touches humans in real life, there's going to be a little bit of human foiblness about it.
Yes.
But if you could cut 99% of that out, and you don't have to trust a human being that it's actually going to pay your insurance claim when something bad happens, or you don't have to worry about another company, your life insurance company, going out of business, or any number of things. There's just title insurance and water rights out here in the West. We have so much bureaucracy touching every part of our life where it'd be better to trust math on a lot of this stuff than a human. So I believe that instead of the internet followed Metcalfe's law, right? The more people on the internet, the more value it had,
right?
Exponentially. And crypto is the same way. The more people using it, the more value it has exponentially. I will say this though. The internet didn't have to wait for the baby boomers to die off to get them to watch Fox News. Okay? The boomers adapted to smartphones and the internet. It's probably a much bigger feat than the Generation X, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You know what I mean? We adapted when we were younger. Now we just ask our kids to figure out everything for us. I'm like, fix this on my phone. And my 11-year-old's all like, your balance is low on your bank. I'm like, what are you doing? Just routing, moving money.
Yeah.
Changing my subscriptions. No, but that's what it is. For baby boomers will buy crypto if the people they believe tell them to buy crypto, right? If the money managers, if the really smart bankers and the politicians say that it's safe, then it's safe. And they'll move all that money into Vanguard, and all the giant institutions of money are going to put your money into Bitcoin and Ethereum. They're really not. I mean, it's not going to be held by anyone that you would trust. But they're going to put your money in there and take their modest fee, their middleman fee. And, that'll be a huge, huge transfer of wealth. However, I think 10,000 baby boomers die a day. And those baby boomers have a lot of money, a lot of assets that Generation X is not interested in. Generation X will take some of your stocks, but they don't want all of their stocks. They'd rather have the money. They don't want your giant house with a wheelchair ramp. They don't want to live in Arizona. Do you know what I mean? They don't want, and hopefully you got a life insurance policy that pays out. And, at that point, they've got to take care of mom or, one of the spouses. And they just simplify. You'll see kids go in and simplify the surviving spouse's life, because they're like, well, now we have another dependent. And so we're going to try and get ready for this parent to pass away. So for the most part, when the baby boomers hand that wealth over to Generation X is much, much more open to crypto. And so when this is God bless you guys who have found 3X on YouTube, because I'm sure that's where we're at right now with my voice and me getting lost in the weeds. Bitcoin and Ethereum don't need to have the 4-year cycles over. 4-year cycle was a grandfather clock that people could make insane wealth from, and they did. Some people did. And good for them, man. God bless them. But it's over. Nothing is rhyming anymore. You see a lot more government intervention and manipulation when it comes to stuff. People have figured out how to scam in light speed with crypto now. They've just taken all the old scams and put it on crypto. I was watching, was it Salmi? Salmi or someone this morning I was watching, and they had a female. All she did was sit there and call and pretend to be from one of the exchanges. So all she did, she called, said, "Oh, I'm with
Wow.
Coinbase or whatever. I'm here to help you." And of course, everyone had customer service problems, or how do I get to here? Or, oh, I lost money. I lost a bunch of money in this coin. And she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Let me help you get that back. Let me help you recover that crypto, sir." And she would just, get their seed phrase. just boom. There you go. And it's gone. And she was showing like the crazy money and the crazy stuff she was buying. It was like, this is insane. It's insane. So it's just a faster way to scam people, really. But I'm intrigued. I'm so fascinated that this thing was showing us the darker in real time. I'm guessing it updates daily as the contract rolls over. But
Yeah.
damn, that's exciting.
Cool.
You don't have enough darker, folks. You
Don't have enough darker.
You don't have
No.
enough anything in Pulse Chain as long as Ethereum's like under $5,000, except for the meme coins and Cabal coins. You're not in that game. Those guys will rip you off. Anything to do with oranges, anything to do with
Yeah.
a secret telegram group. I mean,
The
if
Telegraph, that was 1880s. Yeah. 1880s Telegraph.
Telegraph.
Yeah.
Telegrams. That's it. I don't know how to explain this anymore than
And they have,
something's going to change.
Only a few more days for people to buy darker, right? To mint it and get ready for the jackpot. Not financial advice, but it may behoove you, especially with what we went over today.
Yeah, look at this. I don't think this was updated yet. This list right here, the leaderboard.
Yeah. I know
I'm trying to get it to update this one.
Yeah.
But if you look at the amount of darker matter bought off of the market, not counting buy bots,
Right.
there's only a few thousand, maybe. I would say there's less than 10,000 that were bought off the market. I could be wrong. I frequently am. But I think that's it. And if you look at this, economic energy, and it's bad because everyone's looking for low market cap coins because they think they can cheat in and out of them before the next guy.
Right.
And so I'm showing up here in spaces and I'm like, have you guys heard about that $2.4 million coin darker? They're like, what? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And if they ever bothered to actually look into it, I am sure the first thing they would say is, there's no liquidity. I can't sell it. I can't dump it. It's like,
right.
Yeah.
That tells you where your heart is. Yeah.
Yeah. You're not supposed.
Well, I got to go, but this has been good.
I'm going to grab some dinner and I got to run to my meeting here in a little bit. But yeah, you don't have enough darker. SquirrelSwap.pro is amazing. Nexian is amazing. Wix, VersaVault, Vault 369, Morbius. Everyone, thanks for coming. Thanks for playing. We will be streaming some more, and it's just I'm really interested to see what will happen with more than 10,000. Another 10,000 darker are bought off the market, with this much of it already locked away for 17 months, give or take. 7 months, give or take. So, yeah, you guys are awesome. There's Hex Glenn. I knew he'd be here, man. I knew it had Red Squirrels peeking in here. I've got to find some time and put some metadata on there. It makes me feel guilty. Meow Crypto Cat. Thanks, Max. Thanks, guys. I said I'm going to grab some dinner. And if you look at where the supply is going, and I'm going to leave that for the next one. I'm going to leave that one for the next one because it goes along the same lines as who is going to receive this EDI? Who is going to receive on to get paid? Mint, stake, get paid. Well, if you don't mint and you don't stake, you don't get paid. And who's minting and staking more than anyone else? The whales. Okay. So when all of that darker comes out of the treasury, the FOMO curve on the third season, and goes into diamond-handed NFTs, it might not leave. All that 7-8% going into the 180-day bonus pool, it might not leave. It might not hit the market. Some of it might. I hope that some of it does, especially if people are taking profit. I'm not saying you shouldn't take profit. I'm saying that the people who can take profit and who can dump the price like crazy, they're the ones that are receiving the bulk of the supply right now. And instead of thinking to yourself, well, that's why would I play? I can't compete against these big guys. You don't get it. You don't get it. You don't understand why we are so excited about Richard Hart owning almost all of his coins. Because I understand from a founder's point of view what those coins mean to you. At least what they mean to me. So, you guys are very, very valuable beyond measure. What you do matters. You matter. Find your purpose or why you think you might be placed on this planet to experience this life, and go for it. Be kind to yourself. Take good care of yourself. Nobody on earth can care for you like you can. And it'll be interesting to see what happens with the supply over the next month and two. All right, guys, we'll catch you on the next one. Going back out on Cape Vigor for the second time into the void. All right, love you guys. Bye.
Pops up, the neon starts to glow. Lowercase connection, entering the show. Top right corner where the wallet interacts. Digital contract, tracking down the facts. The ticker symbols blinking on the sidebar screen. The dark is the atmosphere setting the scene. Round one is coming, the season's on the clock. Secure the network, time to lock it in the black. Welcome to the darker matter. Standard rules apply. Load the fuel cells up before the timer passes by. Into the void we will go, where the smart ones play. Minting out the future, trade into the shadows. Watch the ticker climb. Feel the data stream. Living on the edge of a cyber grid machine.
Waiting at the gate, calculating yields while we wait upon the day. Claim the EDI payouts, tally up the wins. This is where the high stakes strategy begins. They say it's for the smart ones, written on the wall. A gamified ecosystem, standing tall. Read the how to play if you wanna know the way. Before you launch the app or end in disarray. Ticks on the countdown, now it's done to days. The price of darker matter, moving through the haze. Is it an illusion? Is it by design? Watch the smart contract as it aligns. 3, 2, 1. Let the protocol run. Welcome to the darker matter. Standard rules apply. Load the fuel cells fills up before the timer passes by. Into the void, here we go, where the small ones play. Minting out the future, trade into the shadows. Watch the ticker climb. Feel the daily stream. Living on the edge of the cyber rhythm machine. Fuel cells loaded. Void is open.